So welcome to Spokane Talks News Matters, and I'm talking today with Alan Hart, who is president of the Spokane Lilac Festival Association. Glad to get in touch with you today, Alan.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Sue.
Yeah, it came to our attention that you had gotten a hold of your directors, and one of the directors got a hold of me, that there is an ordinance coming up in front of the Spokane City Council on May 9th that would greatly affect your organization and a number of other community organizations. And it has an intent of recovering public safety costs. However, I think it has some unintended consequences, and your organization is one of those that would be affected. And I'd like to hear a little bit about from you of what you've learned about this as it's been developing.
Yeah, so this ordinance actually has been out there for about two and a half years now, and has been in some sort of development since probably about 2019 through many different iterations. The last iteration was actually in 2021, and it was delayed and shelved at that moment due to the COVID pandemic, and now it's been brought back. And what this one does is it taxes all the events to a certain percentage. So for parades, 25%, and for some of the other bigger events, 75%. For the police overtime to protect the festival. So all those charges that come in.
Okay, and it's not, again, it's not just the Lilac Parade. I've got the list here. It would affect Bloomsday, the Hilliard Hijinks Parade, Hoopfest, Junior Lilac Parade, Pig Out in the Park, St. Patrick's Day Parade, and then would also affect any parades that aren't listed, something that comes up or is sort of semi-regular, like a Martin Luther King Parade and other kinds of events would have these same kind of charges. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. And I will tell you, I don't think any of the events are very happy about this, because obviously most of us, we're all nonprofits, and we all are kind of running on a razor's edge as far as getting enough money for our events every year. We have, parades are free for attendance. So obviously the events that enter into the parade pay a nominal fee, which for us is $25 to be in the parade. It's just an administrative fee. But by and large, the festival puts us on through the generosity of all of our sponsors and through lots of individuals throughout the town who will give us some money to keep hosting this. And after 84 years, this event has been really much part of the Spokane DNA, if you will.
Well, I know when I was a campfire leader that I took our group to things like the Junior Lilac Parade and the St. Patrick's Day Parade, and we wouldn't have done that if we'd had to pay a large fee. I can see that Bloomsday and Hoopfest, for instance, they do charge participants a fee. They could raise fees, but the numbers that I'm seeing here are huge. This would have a gradual phase in, but Hoopfest, for instance, would be paying $90,000 in 2025. And that, boy, you divide that among the participants, that's going to be a significant hit.
It is. And the amount that we'll eventually get is in the excess of 10% of our budget on a good year, if you will. So we put on a lot of events throughout the year, including our newest holiday parade that we did in November. And that we really want to continue putting on. So that amount will really impact our ability to grow, impact our ability to host some of those events. And, frankly, I worry about the smaller ones out there, the smaller parades, like the Hijinks Parade you mentioned. How are they going to, if we're having problems as a big legacy event, how are they going to be able to handle those difficulties and those challenges? Parades and these events by default bring a lot of diversity into the city, and if you start hitting these events with extra fees and taxes, then they're going to start going away, and that just hurts everyone. Hurts businesses, hurts the community as an overall. And I'll add, I'm a transplant. I'm retired military, and there's a lot of people who like to come to Spokane because it's the biggest small town that has that feel that because of all the events and all the great things in the area, that this is a great place to live. But if we start losing all this, people are not going to stay.
Well, I think that's a piece of the balance has to be there. I can understand why any city council would want to recover costs. That's not inherently a bad thing. But in this case, these events are events that build community and build that kind of unity. I certainly could see some of these deciding, heck, they could probably find a good home in Cheney or Medical Lake or Liberty Lake or Spokane Valley. I mean, there's other towns and cities in Spokane County that might welcome the boost to their
Oh, yeah,
communities.
absolutely. And I am sure that's on the table for some of the other events out there. What do we do and where do we go? So it'll be a sad day if we start losing these things.
Mhm.
I think Spokane will pay a long-term price. We want to work with the city council. Like, you said you understand why the city council is wanting their cost recovery, and I do too. But I think we want to work with them and find new ways to actually bring the money in to help with the police coverage. It's important for us to have a safe event, just like everyone else.
Mhm.
Though I understand it, but we need to be able to find a more equitable solution, I believe, for the Lilac Festival and everyone.
Yeah, well, we just wanted to record this little conversation so that I can put it out there and folks can understand what's coming up on May 9th. There's no easy answer. There's going to be trade-offs. And so I will add a little end card to this video with the email address to send comments if folks would like to provide comments and aren't able to testify. It's a good discussion for the city to have, and a hard decision for the city council.
Yeah, it sure is. And I will be there to testify as well on May 9th. So I'd invite everyone to come on down and actually talk and speak their mind about it.
Okay, well, I thank you for joining me.